We have head coach Chris Kenny from Canadian. Coach, can you introduce your student athletes, please?
We got Casey Cavalier and Garrison McCook.
Okay, I'll open it up for questions.
Coach, what was your message to the guys after you guys went down 21-0 and then were able to come back and fight back to
Well, I mean, the one thing that I told them was, you know, we've never been quitters, and we're not giving up, and you know, and because if you do, it's going to get ugly, you know. And the thing is, we're still in this game, you know, and you've got to believe in each other. And I could just tell that there was no look in their eye that they, you know, were out of it or it was over with. You know, they looked determined, and all we needed was to get a few things going offensively to get back in the game. And we came out and did that some and put us back in the game for sure. But you know, our defense was outstanding all night. I feel like, you know, I mean, that's a really good football team, a really talented, really athletic football team. And hats off to the Newton Eagles and Coach Johnston, you know, and especially for everything he's been through. You know, they've got a really good football team. They're very well coached, and but I don't know if I've ever been prouder of a group of kids than these guys tonight, because the odds were definitely stacked against them of even having a chance to be in the game, you know. So just super proud.
What adjustments did you make it happen offensively? So like you guys were involved.
Oh, you know, we kind of got Casey more involved in the running game. That was probably a good adjustment that kind of kick-started our offense, you know, and you know, we finally got in a little bit of a rhythm, you know, where we could play, you know, we like to play fast, and it allowed us to play fast, and usually when we can do that, that's when we're at our best.
Jason, you come into the game underdogs. You get down 21 points from a player's perspective. How did you guys rally to stick in this game and make the comeback that you guys did?
We just had to keep faith in each other. We've kind of, as a senior group, not so much as a team, but for sure as a senior group, adopted the motto, hold the rope. Can you trust the guy next to you to hold the rope and keep you alive as long as you can? And as a team, even, we showed that really good tonight, and we're just able to stay in the game and not lose our heads and not lose our cool and just keep going no matter what happens.
Can you walk us through that last play?
Well, first off, the play before that, we might have scored had I ran right leg. I heard the wrong play and kind of got us in a bind, and kind of threw up a prayer there at the end and hoped something happened, but it didn't.
Coach, they were a big football team, and you guys matched them physically and maybe even wore them down as the game went on. Talk about the way you guys played physically.
Man, I'll tell you, you know, I've said this before. Usually when we pull up somewhere, you know, we don't scare anybody getting off the bus, you know, because we don't have really big kids, but we've got some kids with tremendous heart, and I'm just, it's been an honor to coach them, I'll tell you that.
Feel the way coming in, if you were to say that you hold the team to 21 points, you shut it out in the second half, and feel the odds.
Well, I mean, you know, some of the things that Newton did this year, you know, made them probably one of the most dominant 3A teams in the history of 3A football, you know. And you know, I think one thing our kids did, and you know, we know that Newton had, you know, scoring 59 points a game or whatever, and their defense was giving up a lot, and you know, they had, but you know, we didn't talk about all that stuff. We just talked about our mission was to come to Arlington, not just to be in the state championship, to go win the state championship. And I think we had that mentality the whole week, and we didn't look at any of Newton's stats or what they did. I mean, they could see on film how good they were, but I don't think our kids were intimidated. You know, I don't think they were scared, and they fought. They fought for 4 quarters. So that's what I'm so proud of.
It seemed like that safety in the third quarter really sparked the offense, you know, helped you guys get going. How did you feel like that changed the momentum of the game and gave you guys the confidence there?
Well, I think it for sure really caught them off guard. They weren't, I mean, I don't know that anyone really expected that to be the call other than us. And it was just really good to know that, like, hey, we've got 2 points, we've got something started. I mean, if we can get a couple touchdowns, that 2 points might win us a game. And it was just really reassuring that our defense did that.
How about matching the physicality, especially as a wide receiver did it, just all the way along.
Yeah, our coaches work with us a lot on conditioning almost every day. It gets tiring. Everyone's tired out in the field, but the way our coaches teach us and how we grow up, we learn to not quit, and no matter how much it hurts, you always have something left.
Coach, clearly you guys came out and you had a hard-fought, very hard-fought game, never quit. Just kind of speak about the year and the senior group and how tough they have been all year long.
Well, you know, our senior class has been outstanding. You know, but you know, when we started the year, I thought, you know, we have a chance to make a good run, but you know, in my wildest dreams, I don't know that I would have seen us being 4 points away from being state champions. And so, I mean, this group is just a fun group to be around because every day they're in a good mood. They have a smile on their face. They get along with each other. They work hard. They've improved each week throughout the season. We weren't very good at week 1. We were not very good at all. And we just kept getting better because these guys learned how to practice, what a good practice looks like. And we've just gotten better and better. And our defense, especially the last 3 or 4 weeks, has just been phenomenal. So, you know, I know Newton put up some yards, but that team is hard to stop, and we did at times. So, but the one constant was the tenacity of our kids, how hard they played, and we didn't lose this game because of effort. Like, I know that.
Final questions?
Coach, I know it's a little early, but what does next year look like?
I feel like pretty good. You know, we've got a kind of a smaller group of seniors, and then we have several junior starters. We played several sophomores this year that started. And I feel like we'll have another good team. But man, it's going to be hard to replace some of these seniors. You know, what they meant to this team and this program. I'm going to remember that forever.
Thanks, you guys. Congratulations on a great year.
Thank you very much.
A lot better than last time I was in this room, we got beat 14.
We have Coach W.T. Johnston from Newton. Coach, can you introduce your student athletes, please?
This is John Foster, plays free safety and quarterback for us. Darwin Barlow, he's our running back. He started playing a little defense the last 2 weeks. Plays in the secondary for us.
Anybody have questions?
Coach, talk about your defensive effort because obviously it was hard, tough one for your offense for most of the game.
It was.
Talk about the way the defense really kept you on the game.
Our defense has played outstanding all year. We were really good on defense last year, and I thought we was going to have a little drop off, but we really haven't. Up front, I didn't think we would be as good, and we've been pretty good up front all year. It's really surprised me. Kids have bought in, and the thing about on defense, we do so much stuff on defense. I don't know if you can tell during the game, we do a lot of stuff on defense, and that attributes to a lot of our success because it keeps people messed up on offense. They can't get where we're going to be, and we're moving around so much. Our kids on defense are real quick, and they're really strong, and they're very aggressive, and that's a good combination. And that's been the difference in us this year.
Coach, the way the offense struggled a little bit, how big were those 2 turnovers in the first half, especially the interception return?
Oh, that was the game. That was the game. That was who blinked first, and they blinked. You know, I'm telling you, I can't say enough good things about their team, though. They're very well coached. Their kids play extremely hard. It's just they come out with a short end today, and it's because of turnovers.
Were you surprised with their defense, what their defense was able to do?
I was surprised. I thought we would move the ball. The problem we got into, we didn't throw the ball good today. And we have to, what we do on offense, everybody's going to put people up there to stop us running. And we got to be able to hurt them throwing the ball. And we didn't do that today at all. And that was the difference. That's why we didn't look good on offense.
Y'all are seniors. How does it feel to go out on top, back-to-back state champions?
It feels good in the senior year, 2 years in a row, back to back. To be able to play with our team, it's a good team. So winning 2 years in a row is a great feeling.
It's just a blessing from God. He put us together, and I think He put us together for a reason. And to be coached by Coach Johnson, Coach Drew, all the coaching staff, it's just a great feeling, the greatest feeling in the world.
Darwin, you came out playing pretty possessed, strong in the first quarter. Barreling over guys, took 3, 4, 5, 6 guys to bring you down that first drive. What was your mentality entering the state championship game today?
I was nervous coming into the game, but Coach told me to just pound the ball, go back to just pound for pound, 3, 4 yards, then you'll break one eventually. But my mindset was it's my last game, I just got to make something happen.
Darwin, we all know the special relationship all the guys have with Coach. What did that mean for y'all today to pull this victory out to give him a second straight state title?
It meant everything. Back in 2014 when I was told no oxygen bottle with him, and we lost, and that's all we dreamed of, my class, was to come win the state championship. But then when I seen he lost, I just wanted to get one for him, and then for us to be able to do it again, it just meant everything.
Coach, you told me earlier this season that you weren't sure if these kids were ready to do this again. Did they go wrong this time?
It did. People don't understand how hard it is to do this because it's a mental grind. It is. Texas is the hardest place to win a state championship because the football is really good, but you play 16 games. And it's a mental grind that a lot of kids can't do. They might have the talent to do it, but they can't do that. And people don't understand that. And this bunch, I was asking them at the beginning, I got to see how hungry they are again. We got so many guys being recruited and all this. Like these 2 guys. They could have laid it on the line. They've got their stuff set, ready to go. They're going to college, but they didn't. And the whole team, that's the way it was. They wanted to win. And we talked about it since last spring. That's all we've talked about. First day of practice, we didn't talk about winning district championships. We talked about winning the state championship.
Coach, the way that last week's game against Eastern Harvard has come down to the final seconds, do you think y'all were prepared, thanks to that, going into this week with the kind of game it was tonight?
Yeah, I think that helped us. I'm telling you, when we played Gilmer, they got ahead of us for about 30 seconds. That's really the only time we've been behind. But they responded that night, just like that. When our backs are against the wall, this bunch will respond, and they do not panic. That's what I always talk about, who's going to blink. These guys don't blink. And just like tonight, they're at the end. They're throwing it at the end zone to win it. And our kids are still playing. And that's a feather in their cap, our kids. They play extremely hard. They're easy to coach. I always talk this about coaches. You got to coach where you fit. And I fit there because I fit with these kind of guys. You can coach them really hard and they respond. A lot of places, you coach them hard, they don't respond. And that's why I think with the difference tonight, they've been coached really hard. And they've been through the fire of practice, not just in games. And I think that was the difference.
Josh, take us through that last sequence on defense, the last drive that they had, kind of what the discussions were going into that drive, and then kind of take us through that last play specifically, what the coverage was, things like that.
Coach told us to stay focused, and with that last play with Dominique, that was a good play. They made a bunch of big plays on offense, so to be able to get that pick at the end was good.
Were you guys kind of expecting them to take a shot at the end zone or go deep on that?
Yeah, we expected that with the little time that they had left, so we were expecting a deep ball, take a shot to win the game. So to be able to come up with a big play was good.
Coach, your non-divisional schedule this year was confident. This caps off what might be one of the most dominant seasons
Yeah.
for a 3A team ever.
Yeah.
I mean, what does it say about y'all's team to be able to run the table?
You know, this is amazing. Have you ever been in Newton? Not a lot of things in Newton. 2,400 people in Newton. But everybody loves football. In about 3 weeks, they're going to be talking again. Hey, well, how we going to be next year? We're ready to do this. Football is it. It's the only show in town. And these guys know, we talked about this at the beginning, they have a responsibility every time they step on that field to represent Newton and to give the people of Newton a show. Because it's so big there. And so I always talk to them about its responsibility they have to play and to play well. The community's harder on them than we are. I'm telling you.
Coach, you, I think a couple weeks ago I saw you talking about just making memories this year and just trying to make memories. With the emotional few years you've had, what has these last 2 years been like with these boys for you?
For me, it's been kind of a roller coaster. I was told back in last March that I only had 6 to 8 months to live, and I've been told that before. And so I don't go. When the Lord's ready to take me is when I'm leaving, not before. And that's the way I run my life. Everything I base my life on is the Lord. Now, I think football 24/7. I can't turn it off. I've always been that way. But when they told me that in March, it was kind of surreal this time because I could see it happening, and I can see it happening now. I didn't think I wanted to make it to August. Was my first got to make it to August. Because I wanted the guys that built this team, those other coaches, to be the guys that finished with them. I want these guys and the kids and the coaches that built it, I wanted them to be the ones that did it. So I make it to August. So now I want to make it past Gilmer. Because I'm thinking in my mind, if anything's going to bad, it's going to happen. It's going to be in those 3 really tough games. I need to be here to handle everything. So these other coaches can just coach. So I made it to Gilmer. So I'm thinking, might as well make it the rest of the way. So the Lord let me see this. And I don't know how long I've got. I'm already at 9. I'm at the end of 9 months. They only gave me 8. So that's the way I'm looking at it. I tell everybody I've been given a great gift, and they don't understand that. But what I mean by that, I can see how my life will affect somebody before I die. Most of you guys ain't going to get that chance. You're going to have a heart attack, you're going to get in a wreck. I've been given a great gift. It's what you do with it. And what I've tried to do with it is not just talk about X's and O's. I try to talk to them about life, which everybody's going to experience. Everybody in this room, these young boys, they're going to experience life one day. And that's all I'm doing. I'm experiencing life. And the Lord has let me see so many great things through this. And I hope that I've showed these guys. My thing is I want them to come back and see me in 5 years, and they've got kids, and they're doing good, and they've got a good life. That's what makes more to me than anything else.
Coach, you obviously have a great relationship with the coach with your son, Drew. When the defense kind of makes that last play and he's the defensive coordinator, did you ever kind of take a moment and, kind of be like, wow, I'm coaching in the state championship with my son with the game on the line?
It's, I'm telling you, that's one of the things I've been given, is that gift. I mean, that's unbelievable. I coached my son in the state championship and we won. Drew, we won a state championship. And now I've coached 2 with him, and then we won. And that's just an awesome feeling. Right there at the end, because I'm on the headphones, and right there at the end, I said, hey, I was thinking to myself, I'm going to let him do this. And he did it. But he is the guy who leaves no stone unturned. He's a great coach. I've got 2 great coordinators. two great coordinators. But even there at the end, he's going to have, what do you think? What do you think? I said, you know what to do. Do it. He knew what to do. And the kids respond to him. And that's all. I think the last 3 years we've given up the fewest number of points in the state in 3, and that's a big deal. Especially the people we play. We're not just playing anybody in non-district. And he does a good job. He does a really good job.
Final questions? Thanks, you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.